Welcome back to Silent Hill 2.
That wasn't like that before. We got a wire cutter.
And it keeps on hinting that someone's here with you.
Yeah. It's always that element, I think, so far in these Silent Hill games of doors locking behind you and people being murdered when you're not there and bodies being moved around and
dead vixens coming back to life.
Yeah, so if you remember back at the sort of beginning of this drawing on our own map area, there was a little room with wires all over the door. But I think you could deal with that with the knife you have still, but it doesn't let you.
Lovely fountain of blood you get when you shoot those at such close range. Here we go. Quick reload, because it still lets you do it in the menus.
Well, it can in fact be the more useful way of doing a boss.
Oh yeah, it's certainly faster to reload that way.
We have another little ladder down. Quite like the strangeness of this area, actually.
Yeah, because what's it supposed to be? Because you've kind of got sort of, I don't know, office or apartment-y, housey corridors, and then underneath you've got this earth walls, sort of, what was that? I don't know, half a foot of water at the bottom there?
It is certainly weird.
A wonderful ambient sound. Oh, here we are. We're on the other side of the ladder.
Is there anything in here?
Apparently not. Back down we go.
It's possibly somewhere we've come to too early. Because I'm assuming it won't let us leave until we've somehow gotten to Maria from the other side of those bars, though. Because there's an alternate way in.
This is all just a big labyrinth. Normally I'm not a fan of mazes in games. You may have heard me say before that I think they're ways of artificially extending the life of a game. However, in this case, whilst it might still, on one level, be that, it's also reflecting the disjointed state of James's emotional state.
Yes. I don't think you could say they've used it just because it's a maze. It has more of a use beyond that.
Yeah, this is another one of those wonderful moments we have in this game. Oh, not yet. You nearly chased it there. And then thought, can't be bothered. Blood gouting. I'm not going to do the whole Tyrell from Legacy of Kain Defiance, though.
I like the music here, actually. It's very weird. I don't know how I would describe it.
I'd call it weird.
It's kind of disjointed. You can hear it in the background going, oh no. And to me it seems like we've got more enemies.
I think so, yes. It's sprung to life somewhat. Interesting floor there.
Yeah.
You can see there's nothing underneath the normal corridor.
It's just a gap. And I think...
Oh goodness, I wasn't expecting it to be that close. I'm sure our clear wasn't either.
I get the feeling we're moving in the right direction now, from what I remember. I think I've played this game more recently than Peter.
I was watching.
Because I do have every sympathy with Scout. I don't like playing mazes. It can be awkward to keep track of where you've been and where you haven't been. And
well, that isn't such a problem. More of a problem is figuring out which ladders lead where and things like that.
oh. Bullets. Definitely more enemies. It's really throwing them at you.
Not literally like earlier, but... Oh, I like the way they splay their legs around when they get up again. James has taken quite a few hits, but it hasn't come up with a health warning, so he clearly isn't taking that much damage.
No, I don't think those enemies actually do that much damage. Which is nice. They were the first sort of enemies we really came across, so not designed to hurt you too much.
See, it's not that James is off the map, it's that sometimes it doesn't draw it on until you're about to leave, which can be a bit awkward.
Yes, it's like it figures out the boundaries of the area first and then draws it. I don't think I've ever read this one before.
It's important because it relates to Angela. Because you can work out that the missing word is Orozco. Of course, we don't know her last name at this point. We have to examine the gravestones at the end. But for those in the know, or for those who have read the wiki page, we do know that her last name. Just to reinforce that that was about Angela, of course. Oh, gotten them again. It can be quite awkward, can this, because he takes quite a number of hits and does keep on just jumping up and eating your face.
This is really it's also a problem with using the heavier weapons, because they do take longer to use and longer to reload, and they are way more awkward to move around with.
And such wonderful monster design though. These aren't just, you know, people who are covered in a bit of catsup so that they look a bit bloodied and nasty. This is something which is a combination of an abstract shape with so much symbolism in it. I mean, this could represent a figure standing in a door frame, it could represent a table, it could represent figures lying in a bed.
I certainly think it represents the first one. I think it's the idea that it's her dad abusing her, which we'll go into a bit more in a second.
Well, the monster's actually called Abstract Dad.
And it's him standing in the doorway of her room.
Are you okay? Angela, relax.
Don't order me around!
I'm not trying to order you.
So what do you want then? Oh, I see. You're trying to be nice to me, right? I know what you're up to. It's always the same. You're only after one thing.
No, that's not true at all.
You don't have to lie. Go ahead and say it. Or you could just force me. Beat me up like you always did. You only care about yourself anyway. You disgusting pig.
Angela.
Don't touch me! You make me sick. You said your wife Mary was dead, right?
Yes. She was ill.
Liar! I know about you. You didn't want her around anymore. You probably found someone else.
That's ridiculous. I never...
Not particularly grateful. I do think, however, despite the crazy, you can still feel sorry for Angela. It's certainly more so than you can ever feel for Eddie, I think.
And on that down note, we say goodbye to Silent Hill 2 for a short moment as we do our talkie session next. We'll see you for that, and if not, for more gameplay next time. Goodbye.